everybody, Vanisher01 here with another commentary on Battlefield Bad Company 2. So today, I think I have an Australian server here, so I've thought I'd put it up and you might be able to spot the difference from other commentaries I've done of how the players seem to drop rather quickly. And it's bloody brilliant, it really is. But unfortunately, you know, as I've been saying in the last few videos, there's no guarantee that we can actually find these servers. We've pretty much got to do the find any game kind of thing and jump in there and check out the first few players on the list and see who's Australian, see who's not. I watch this shit. Bloody smart bugger that one, mate. That was a really smart move. I've seen it done a few times, sometimes do it myself, but I just wasn't expecting it there, eh? And bloody hell, there we go. Bloody mine sitting right there. Smart bloody move that, so there's a little tip for you. Wish I had been the one to, you know, get that kill, but not to take the kill. But yeah, can't win them all. So today I was playing on some Bad Company. We had an Australian server and my mate Apache was on. Jumped on with him. Once we get onto those servers, mate, we don't leave. We'll play any map. Just doesn't matter really. But I noticed still a lot of players running around this game like they don't know what they're doing, hey? Running around like chickens with their heads cut off, just got no clue what's up, what's down, where to fucking go. And I think by now, I mean, you know, some people might have just got the game, but by now if you're over a level 30, level 40 and you don't know what the hell you're doing, something bloody wrong, you know? So we were playing Nelson Bay and it was just, you know, we were doing so well and then it kind of just fell apart at the last moment, you know. I don't mean to toot my own horn or anything, but it seems to be once my squad is dead, that's when all the shit seems to go to hell, you know. I'm not saying, yeah, that sounded a bit fucking conceited, but it's not what I mean, you know. So when there's players that are focused on what's important, you know, the objective and that, they're not just set up in a corner waiting for someone to walk past so they can get a knifing or a kill, you know, an easy kill, then the game seems to fall apart because that real defensive line is gone. But this was a alright bloody game. I didn't mind this one. Got a few stupid deaths, but that's typical with me, you know. Sometimes I get the blinders on, mate, and I just run, you know. Sometimes I run out in the open stupidly and I shouldn't do it. But, you know, not much you can do about it when you're right in the moment. You just think, you know, fuck, get across here, and you just run across. And fuck it. So I had some real audio issues with this video, some jumping around to the video later on too. You'll notice some skipping and that kind of stuff. Got me for bloody ever to figure it out and fix it all up, mate. I'll tell you what. Pain in the ass. I don't know what's up with my capture card, but typically getting, you know, 2 out of 5 videos or so, the audio's out of sequence, and usually those ones are bloody good gameplay and, you know, or interesting gameplay at least, and I've got to bloody fuck around with them to get them working. Yeah, I'm not too keen on the capture card I brought, the Intensity Shuttle. I mean, it's a great capture card in itself, you know, like for what it does, but there doesn't seem to be much support for it, you know, to fix up known issues. It's a bit of a bloody pain in the ass. So I'm using the AEK at the moment too. I'm trying to platinum that. I've pretty much got the level 50, so all that's really left is to platinum all my weapons. So I got myself, yeah, always take care of your mine, see mine take care of it. You know, don't leave it sitting there waiting for your teammate to run over it or something with a tank or a quad bike. But yeah, in the AEK with the 4 times, you don't necessarily have to use the 4 times on the AEK. A lot easier to use the iron sights in my opinion. My mate Apache calls it the paperclip, because it's got such a paperclip looking iron sight. That was pretty obvious from the bloody name, wasn't it? Fucking idiot vanished. Jesus Christ. So trying the quad bike again. But yeah, 4 times I pretty much put it on just so I could get people at range a lot easier. Yeah, that wasn't an Aussie server, I don't think I would have gotten that guy. come across a few familiar names now that we've been getting Australian servers every so often. So that Beowulf guy is a familiar name, and you'll see guys with WP in front of their name. Come across those guys a few times in the last couple of days. They're pretty tough players, mate. It's good to play against real hard players that know what they're doing and put up a hard defense. Played against them today, and I gotta say, mate, pissed me right the fuck off because our team was, just not in on it. Yeah, not in on the game, I guess. Weren't bloody sure what they were doing and didn't know what to do at all. So we pretty much got over. I think I lost 6 games in a row, and I just got pissed. I thought, fuck, I'm just joining their team. Screw it. Then I just, come back in and toughed it out. Yeah, kind of got raged a bit on it. The friendlies just weren't pulling their weight, just sitting back and not moving in on the crates. And made Apache and I were just running in constantly, trying to get the crates and dying. So just got a bit too frustrated for my liking. My mate Cerberus in here, he's a kind of casual Battlefield player, I guess you could say. Not some of the players that every day and pretty much constantly like I do. So VSS, mate. No, we're gonna get fucking started. You all know how I feel, but the VSS is the cheap ass bitch weapon of all Battlefield games, and everybody who's ever played Battlefield knows it. It's just, it's pathetically fucking ridiculous, that gun. Anybody who uses it, you're a little bitch. So once again, I got sidetracked off my discussion about the AEK here. So yeah, without the 4 times, it's not too bad. At range, it's a good tap out weapon. Just a couple of taps of the trigger, and you're gonna get a nice kill, especially on a good server. And up close, that full auto that you can bring out, it's got a good spray and it's nice and tight. It's a lot like the F2000. The F2000 is bloody laser beam. With the recent update, they've increased the accuracy of the F2000 while you're moving. So it's pretty much like every other assault rifle now, but very much like a laser beam. It's a great weapon to use, actually. So one thing I wanted to say about the Bradley too, when you're using it, try to think of it as a support vehicle for infantry. Don't rush into the middle of the base. I'd fault myself for doing that quite a bit, but I've been giving a lot of thought lately, and I feel it's more of a support vehicle where you can lay down fire for your team to progress on, take out incoming threats and have, set up behind it, not directly behind the Bradley. I really got to think about guys getting right behind the vehicles. If you're repairing, yeah, I can understand, but if you're not in the squad with the guy, you've got no communication with the guy, he could accidentally back up over you, and there's really not a lot you can do about it. 99% of the time, it's a complete accident. The guy's got no idea you're behind there. Sometimes when you're firing off the main gun and that, you can't hear somebody drilling. And especially on hardcore, you can't tell that your armor's going up or not. See, I'm right behind here now, but I'm talking to Constantius in the driver's seat. He knows not to back up. But typically, it's a good idea to get to either side of it. Now you see how here we're not pushing up straight away. We're laying down, that covering fire for everybody else to move up. We're trying to clear as many out as we can. Get them focused on you. I mean, you've got armor. You're going to survive a few rockets, and it gives people time to sneak up and around and shit. If you're playing as a team, you've got to consider everybody else. If a blue guy's moving up, do your best to support him. Lay down fire and keep an eye on him. If he needs some help, move over and try and help him out. Got some smoke on, because I was going to be getting into the Black Hawk at the start there to fly around, because Constantius is quite good in the minigun. And I just couldn't, because someone else took off in it first, and my mates and I got kind of a rule: if it's not one of us flying, we don't typically hop in the choppers, especially the Black Hawk, because you never know what the pilot's like and you can't communicate between gunner and pilot. Yep, communication's the key, as I've always said. But since there's no real communication with people outside your squad or outside your Xbox Live Party or PS3 or whatever, except on PC, I guess you can type it out on that, I think, and everybody sees it. Well, your team sees it anyway, but I think they really do kind of need a a team speak on this, you know, something on the directional pad. You know, the leader of each squad can use it. You know, it would be too much if everybody could do it, because you probably just have people being absolute bloody arseholes and cockheads on it, just being douches completely. So it's probably not a great idea for everybody to have access, but you know, everybody's in a squad, or you know, there's a majority of people in squads. The squad leader, I reckon, should be able to call out to the other squad leader and say, look, my mate's moving over this way, how about you guys flank that way, and you know, we'll try and get around them. Create a bit of a distraction for you so you can move freely around the back or onto the crates. But I think that would really benefit teamwork. It would make it a lot easier to act as a unit, as a cohesive fucking force, than just to have everybody running around trying to do their own thing all the time. But I'm guessing that kind of stuff is being considered for Battlefield 3. And people have got to remember that won't be Bad Company 3, that will be Battlefield 3. You know, like Battlefield 2, Battlefield 3, won't be Bad Company 3. I don't know if in the future Bad Company 3 will come out, or maybe they'll just keep adding to this one. But I think with upgrades in technology and all that sort of stuff, and in the way they can create games, I'm guessing they'll just move on to Battlefield 3. And maybe Bad Company 3 probably in 2-3 years maybe. One thing I do hope they implement with Battlefield 3 is a local search option for your game. I hope it's not like Bad Company 2, which in my opinion, and solely my opinion, doesn't have the best matchmaking of the games that are out at the moment, like Halo, Halo Reach Around, and Black Ops. So yeah, you're all probably wondering, have I ever played Black Ops and do I know what I'm talking about? Well, yeah, I did play Black Ops. My nephew actually brought a copy and I just pretty much yoinked it when a couple of my mates grabbed it and had a look at it themselves. Played through the campaign and had a few games multiplayer. And I have to say, it's not too bad a game. I mean, it won't ever compare to Bad Company in any way, shape or form. It does not have the same, you know, the same game mechanics. It doesn't have the same map layout. I mean, these maps are huge in comparison. The weapons are, you know, pretty much 1960s tech, and yeah, it's good. And I do like the fact now that, unlike Modern Warfare 2, it doesn't have the kill streaks that stack on each other. But I pretty much just played it as a bit of a distraction until Vietnam came out. Had a few games when we got bored with, you know, Bad Company and the inability to find a great server. But yeah, I wouldn't put up any gameplay though, because yeah, on my channel's not really about Black Ops, and I'm not really a fan of the game, so I can't really offer any commentary or advice or tactics or anything like that. One thing we did do while we were playing is, on all our gun emblems and that, we had BC2 for the win. So, you know, every time someone killed us or we killed someone, it would pop up BC2 for the win on their screen. It's quite amusing to us. But yeah, I haven't touched it since, you know. It doesn't hold me, doesn't grab hold of me, that game. Not like this game does. Anybody who's still up in that bloody lighthouse over there, sniping, while we're moving in on their bloody crates, isn't a team player. He's going for kills and kills alone. He's got no interest in helping you out as a teammate. Too many of those types on the battlefield at the moment in this game. Just too many out for themselves. I've got a high KD kind of players. Oh, there you go. You thought you were going to get a rant there, but no, no, no. Not going to do it for you. That was a bit stupid of me moving out like that. See these WP guys, they're a good bunch of players. I don't know if they're a clan. I guess with the WP there, they probably are a clan. That's one thing, yeah, I've got a few comments on my videos saying the AUS, oh, that's your clan and that. No, mate, that's just a regional designation. AUS, Australia, you know, first three letters. So it's kind of just the way we can, you know, let other players know that we're in Australia, and that's if they're, you know, playing against us. Or if the other Australians are in the room, they know that, you know, these guys are Aussie, maybe this is an Aussie server we can stick in. So I'd probably urge all players in Australia to put a AUS in front of your name, eh? Just when you jump into a room, it's good to bring up the scoreboard and just tell at a glance, you know, if these guys are in Australia or not. Can we stick around on this server? Is this a good one? Yeah, it just helps players out. You know, a lot of people like their clan tags, but AUS is not a clan, okay? If it was, it's the biggest fucking clan in the world because there's about 22 million of us. So yeah, that's one thing. Probably not a lot of people know that, but it's only about 22 million Australians. I think there's about 37 million or so in California alone. So yeah, we're a pretty small bloody country, mate. I think there's about 37 million in California, I'm not too sure. Buggers me, mate, but something like that anyway. I'm sure someone will correct me on that if I'm bloody wrong. It's YouTube after all. So yeah, that's all it is. Just a regional designation. It's not a clan. I suppose a lot of people know by now that you can like B from underneath there, but if you don't, there you go, you can do it from underneath there. One thing about it though is, once you do that, friendly snipers are going to be putting mortar strikes down on you bloody like anything. So, not a great idea to hang around underneath there like I did. I got very bloody lucky. It's a nice little spot here to set up. You're kind of protected on both sides by the tin. I mean, it can be seen by your feet, but then again, you also can get away with a few kills before you're noticed. Now here comes the dreaded hill attack on this base. It's, you know, oh god, this bloody hill here be one of the hardest bases to attack on Bad Company 2. Just getting up there, if you've got a team that's really defending, mate, it's very, very hard. I'm using the Scar at the moment. I don't really have a preference on weapons, eh? I just pretty much use what I feel. You know, what I feel like using at that particular moment. The Scar's a good weapon overall though. It's got a good iron sight on it. See, I know I was going to do that weapon series a while ago, but I've had to watch a few other ones, mate, and just all the statistics they bring out and that, it's not the way I choose my weapon. It seems a bit too clinical, you know, a bit too formulated, or choose this weapon because it does this, this and this. I kind of like using a weapon just because I want to, you know. You'll come across so many players using the UMP with magnum ammo and that just because they know it does a shitload of damage and they can drop a player easily. But for me, that's a boring way to play, you know. You get stagnant. You're just using the same shit every day. You know, you don't have any variety. It's a good thing to mix it up, get used to each weapon. Any sneaky bugger got around and got our Bradley. And probably wasn't sneaky actually, he's probably just stuck at our base. You know, off the defense and just couldn't get up there in time, but then again he probably ran down and got it, you know. Who knows. Been using the 870 shotgun a bit too lately. Got some gameplay of a Cold War I'll be putting up that has some 870 footage in it. And there are a couple of occasions where I fucking wish I wasn't using it, eh? I wish I had a LMG or even an assault, just something that I could go full auto on, because there's moments where I'm right in the middle of the reload and just there's so many guys in front of me. I just know if I had an LMG it just would have been massacre time. So I'm just trying to keep the spawn alive because I noticed my teammates, you know, both copped it right then. So I'm just trying to stay low, stay unseen. Now, with this base, speed sometimes doesn't work. It can work against you, because if you get up here quick enough, you're going to be caught by them coming up to here. Okay, so you're going to get caught out. Now, I'm not a fan of snipers, as everybody knows, but if you are a sniper and you enjoy playing a sniper, then I suggest you as a sniper hit these hills as much as you can with your mortar strikes from the very get-go. As soon as that base is taken down there at the village, just start slamming those hills with mortar strikes. Okay? So that's where a lot of guys are going to set up to catch everybody else who's running on. See, there's a video glitch right there. This is where the audio starts going out of sync. Took me for fucking ever to get it back into sync, I tell you. There's about 10 cuts throughout this entire video where I've had to resync the audio. But anyway, back to what I was saying. Snipers, put your mortar strikes on the hills. if you're gonna be a sniper, you know. I really wish you wouldn't be, but there you go, you're gonna be anyway. There's another video glitch. Get it on the hills, and I'd probably suggest bringing smoke in, because it can help you move around this base quite easily, smoke can. So I know this guy's up in this tower here. Got me just a second ago, so fuck you, mate. There we go. One thing, hiding, you know, in the same spot where you just killed someone, especially someone who knows the map well, they're gonna know where that fire came from, like I did. I'm just gonna come back and I'm just gonna get you, mate. So yeah, there's using the Carl G's as a weapon like that. Everybody hates it. I've done it myself, but you know, it's part of the game. People are gonna do it. It's like sniping. You just got to get used to it, and unfortunately, you have to get used to it. I really hope in Battlefield 3. I know it's not gonna happen, mate. I know it, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Another video glitch. I'm gonna say it. I just hope they have a game mode that says no sniper kit available. Just putting it out there, just saying that once, and that's all I'm going to say about it. It would be fucking brilliant. You know, close quarters all the way, assaults, SMGs, LNGs, shotguns. Let's all just get in there, close quarter it. No one sitting all the way back. There we go. Missing a few of my bloody shots here. It's not a good spot to be here. Cop a knife in the back pretty easily. But I've got a few blue guys up there, so I know I'm relatively safe. But there you go, you can't really rely on the blue guys. You know, don't rely on someone to have your back unless you can communicate with them. You're going to find a lot of enemies like setting up around that tin shed back there. So mortar strikes, if you're a sniper, probably a good place to put them. Don't go putting your mortar strikes on the crates. They do no damage, alright? Forget it. Don't do it. Until that crate's lit, don't do it, okay? Because you're putting one down and someone could be trying to run for the crate right then to light it, but they can't get to it because your mortar strike's falling on it. Again, this is not a good spot, but you can kind of sit up here, but it's not a great spot. Can cop a knife, guy just jumps over the box, so he's pretty much spawned right behind there. Just trying to keep them away from the crate. See those mortars coming down there? That's an example of when to put your mortar strike down. Okay? Putting it down on the crate before it's lit does nothing but keep your teammates away from it to light it up. So just doing a bit of cleaning up now, making sure no one's hanging around inside the base. Got very lucky there. He's come at me with a grenade now. Swing back around and pick him up. There we go. You can see the Aussie servers, mate, can't you? Just the way they drop and things we can survive sometimes. We just don't get it in any other kind of server. You see, watch this over here. I'm saying thank you for the ammo, really. Everybody else, the guy over there is bloody doing the same thing. That's one thing, you know, if you can't communicate with your team, sometimes I like to, you know, jump up and down and say thank you, or I'll, you know, do the teabag in action, I guess you call it. I'm not teabagging on, you know, I'm not saying, oh, fuck you, I'm saying, oh, thank you, you know. It's the little things you can do, you know, let your teammates know, oh, thanks, mate, you know, thanks for that. But, yeah, watch the jumping around thing, because I've done that before and I've been sniped. I mean, I've jumped it, and I must have just put my head out of cover for a second, just like, bang, and I got dropped. So, probably the teabagging one's a little better to do. Just bounce up and down, thank you very much. Remember your back button too. All you assault guys, got to remember, mate, you hear that ammo, fucking chuck some down, don't just go running off. Medics too, you know. You got your back button there, you don't need to go shooting at anybody. Or shooting at the ground or whatever, because you're just going to piss someone off doing that. Press your back button, aim at the player with your crosshairs, press the back button. There you go. It's going to say, I need ammo, I need health, whatever. Don't go bloody shooting at people and shit. Ooh, kind of fucked up right there. I shouldn't have walked around that corner so boldly. So this base here can be a bit of a bitch, but this one here, speed is the key really. You get in there nice and quick. So we should have kind of waited to light that crate until everybody in the squad had spawned. I'm trying my best to get them, but I just getting overwhelmed, mate. So you can see Aussies, yeah, definitely an Aussie server, and so sweet, mate. Just so fucking sweet. I think Constantius and I just decided to take the Bradley up now, and you know, the blue guys are moving in. They're doing a job and they're getting in there. It's not always about going for the crate. I mean, sometimes, you know, I always say it's you get the crate. But then again, you know, sometimes I get just fucking annoyed with having to do it all the time. You know, my squad being the ones that are in there always going for the crates and shit, and I just like to, I don't get to enjoy the game, you know, don't get to sit back and, you know, support everybody, you know, give, you know, a bit of fucking suppressing fire here, and it's a good idea, you know, just sometimes if you've got a good team, just, you know, help them get to where they've got to go, you know, you don't have to fucking be Rambo all the time, going one-man army shit. It's one thing about that lower right-hand side of, you see down the front of the tank there, you can get bloody destruction 2.0s over that, where you're flying in a chopper sometimes. You really gotta watch out for it. It's happened to us a few times. We fly over there and we get destruction 2.0 on us. I don't know if they've fixed that now or what, but it's happened quite a bit to us. We always avoid that area now. We don't fly over that in the chopper too much. And we'll go through it like on a circle. But if you like hover around there sometimes, you get a bloody destruction 2.0 on you. This is where the Bradley is that kind of support for infantry kind of thing. It draws everybody's attention, you know. A lot of guys just get hard-ons for vehicles, mate. They really do. They'll see one, oh, it's snipers put a mortar strike, we've got rockets coming at us. This is their focus right now. They're not going to see a single guy walking in on their crates. They're not going to see, you know, a couple of sneaky bastards flanking around the back of their base. Because all they see is us right now. And this is where the Bradley and the tanks and that can be very, very helpful to the rest of the team. So they got in on A right now. Kind of fuck up when I get up here. Remember, I should have just started whacking the shit out of A, but I stopped. You know, I kind of pointed at it and I thought about it. I thought, nah, that's gone, no one's there. So here we go, see, I think, nah, no one's there. I kind of, yeah. And then, yeah, there we go, got defused. But see the blue guys behind there, they're going to get back up there and grab that. I can do my, you know, my part by trying to clear anyone that was in there. Pretty much I'm just keeping everybody's attention on me right now. I'm being, you know, the big bully in the middle of the fucking the crowd, mate. Just don't want everybody to look at me, keep their attention off the crates, off what they're supposed to be protecting. I get so fucking, I just hate the hills sometimes. These tanks don't have grunt to get up on me. And look at this little tiny bit here, just get up, you bastard. Trying to keep the repair up. Gotta keep it up. Gotta keep it up. There we go. There's a joke right there. So it's half an hour into the fucking video almost without any bastards bloody watching it anymore. These fucking long videos, mate. Just gotta rant and rave on. So there we go. Ended up winning that one thanks to some pretty good teamwork. In my mind, these blue guys went for their objective and keeping the focus on the Bradley and acting as that distraction, you know. Yeah, 29-13, yeah, a couple of stupid deaths there, but bear. It's not hard to get high scores, mate. Repair scores and shit, easy. So I'll catch you again next time. Thanks for watching.